We're back. I'm here with Deb Taverna. She is the Chelmsford Garrison House president. Is that right?
That's true.
All right. Well, tell us a little bit about the Garrison House. I know you guys had some recent news over there.
We did. The Garrison House was built around 1691, so it's one of the oldest homes or houses in Chelmsford. It was built as a garrison for the militia and the British soldiers, actually, because we were British when it was built. And we do lots of education and saving Chelmsford's history. We run a school program for all the Chelmsford second graders. They come out and they see the building, much as it looked 300 years ago. And we have a fabulous collection of old farm tools in our barn and a working blacksmith shop, which is fun. We also teach them some things that they don't see anymore, like making butter and dipping candles and making soap and sewing. Surprising how few kids know what a needle is anymore.
It's true. I actually, when I was a kid at the Byam School, I went to the Garrison House and I made butter. Yeah. And it still sticks with me to this day. Yeah. You know, it's really kind of a unique activity and something that I've always appreciated.
Actually, this is our 50th anniversary for that school program this year.
Wow. And
the association was formed 60 years ago, so we've been doing this for a while.
Yeah, it's a fabulous piece of history. So, are you guys running programs this spring, or
we are running programs this spring. We just did a couple big ones. We planted one of the beech trees, the clones from the beech tree on the common. It will be out there and be protected, and hopefully we'll see it soon. And yesterday we did Saturday we did a mother-daughter tea. That was really successful and a lot of fun.
Wow.
But coming up, we have tours. People can come and learn Chelmsford's history and about how people lived in colonial times. We also offer a summer history program in July for children 9 to 13, and we go in depth. They actually learn to do a colonial craft, and they leave with a finished product. That may be blacksmithing or tinsmithing or something to do with herbal vinegars, Native American crafts. We have all kinds of things we offer.
Oh, wow. Now, how many people does it take to operate this?
We're like most organizations. We do it with a shoestring.
Yeah.
I think everybody has that problem today, having enough volunteers. We have a core people, and we work very hard, and we make it look easy, I think.
Now, you must somehow interface with the Chelmsford Historic Society as part, is this like an organization on its own outside of that?
It is.
Okay.
We are what I would call a private historical house museum.
Okay.
We do try to work with the Historical Society when we can, but we have two different missions. The Society tends to keep like records and written documents and, of course, some physical things. The Garrison House is more how the average person lived. And we are committed to saving pieces, like the old wooden flagpole from the Common is out there now. And
oh, wow.
Flag Day, we will be having ceremony on Flag Day and putting a new flag up on it. So we have the Fisk Barn that at one time was in the center. Hilljock House moved out there. The blacksmith shop, the summer kitchen, all came from other parts of town.
Now, I would assume that house is not well insulated. But maybe
the Garrison House itself?
Yeah.
It was cold today.
I don't know why I was thinking about it, but I was like, you know what? In colonial times, I'm sure it was not as, warm and as snuggly as it is today in the average house. So
I figure, although the fireplace is huge in that one room, it was probably a nice warm 45 degrees in there in the winter. So you were chilly.
Yeah, they must have been layering up. So tell us a little bit more about the history of it and how, I know you said that it was originally founded by residents of Chelmsford that were they were British at the time, and then
we were British.
Yeah.
We were settled by British citizens here. In 1691, or 1690 to 1691 is when the house was built. And this was after King Philip's War. We were still in the middle of Queen Anne's and some of the other Native American wars. And Chelmsford designated 19 buildings as garrisons. This is the last one standing in Chelmsford today of those 19.
Really? Wow.
There is one still standing. It's over on Wood Street in Lowell, because Lowell was once part of Chelmsford. And one I know that was taken apart in pieces, and it's been rebuilt in Littleton.
Okay.
But everything else has been lost.
Wow. Who would have thought?
It's hard. I mean, progress happens. I think we need to keep our history, though, too, to remember that. If you don't know where you came from, you may not make the right decisions going forward.
True. Now, where is, just for our general audience, where is the Garrison House located?
We're at 105 Garrison Road. We have about 8 1/3 acres out there, so it's not hard to miss us. There's about 10 buildings on site now.
Wow.
So
Plenty of parking and everything?
we have plenty of parking.
How does one go about scheduling a tour, or do you guys have like a website where you post
We
different
do.
information?
We have a website, garrisonhouse.org. You can also call our phone, 978-256-8832. And we do special tours. We have scheduled dates. We have a calendar up on our website. We're offering 3 special tours this year. And we're also going to do Colonial Craft Day again. And that's a really fun day for families where we have about 20 different crafts and tours and things going on all over the grounds.
What kind of crafts do you guys make?
On Colonial Craft Day, the blacksmiths will be working. We'll have somebody doing something in the hearth cooking. We press apple cider. We have bob and lace making, chair caning. We do all the things that the kids do. Sometimes we offer quilling, weaving, dyeing fabric the way they once did it, just spinning, everything.
Yeah. Now, do you guys charge for these events, or are they just free to the public? How does that all work?
Most of our events are free. The tea was a fundraiser, so we did charge for that, but most of our events are free, and we, of course, if you would like to make a donation, we do appreciate that.
How if somebody does want to donate to the Garrison House, how do they go about doing that?
They can check our website, garrisonhouse.org, and we are happy to do that. We also are interested in old items that people may have that may fit the collections out there and, add another little piece of history.
Now, you said it's the 60th anniversary this year?
Of the association, yes.
Yeah, wow. Now you guys going to throw like a big party or something?
We're hoping to. We're thinking maybe a barn dance in the fall,
Oh.
which would be, we've done one in the past few years, and it was kind of fun.
Yeah, that would be exciting.
Yeah. The caller tells you the steps and walks you through it, and it can be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's good. Anytime you can showcase the property to people and
Oh, yeah.
host events, I think that's helpful. Now, do you guys have like a set tour kind of routine that you go through when you guys show the property?
You mean like a scripted tour?
Yeah, like
We do have a script. I tend to go off script quite often. It depends on how big the crowd is, too. Sometimes you just can't go into a lot of detail. And if you have guests visiting from out of town and you want a special tour, we do try to accommodate those. We can't always, but we certainly try.
Give me an example of some of the history that you provide to people.
Well, the house was built by Pelotai Adams and his wife Ruth, and he was the son of Thomas Adams, who was one of the founders of Chelmsford. And Thomas is the son of Henry, who is the ancestor for John Adams and John Quincy Adams.
Oh, wow.
So that's a pretty big connection there. We have our second family to own the house was the Hayward family, and they owned it for 194 years. The Haywoods moved to California early 1900s, and we have been in recent contact with some of them recently, and we're starting to get some of the Hayward items to come back to the Garrison House, which is, I think, fabulous.
Wow, that is awesome.
Yeah.
Little relics and archives.
We have one coverlet that they sent back last year that was made here in Chelmsford, and it moved out to California, but now it's come home.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Now, the architecture of it's mostly wood structure, or?
It's a post and beam.
Oh, wow.
Big post, big beams. It's a salt box shape, which means it's very tall in the front, and it goes to a 1-story in the back.
Do they have like a little spot where they would stick out their muskets and stuff?
The stories say that they did at one time, but I believe the Haywoods did make some changes on the house through the years. Supposedly those were there. Some of the walls were thicker. It was built as, with battlements to protect you if you were in a battle. 8 men and their families were assigned to come to the garrison house if the warning signal were given. So it's a good size house, which it would have to be with 8 families in there.
Right.
And surviving didn't mean that you saved all the buildings and all the animals. It meant you lived.
Right.
And you could rebuild.
Right. Wow. Now, it seems like it's pretty far from the center of town. Is that on purpose, or it seems like kind of a surprising location?
Well, you would have garrisons all scattered throughout Chelmsford. Chelmsford was fairly large at one time, and people did tend to settle in the centers of a village or a town. But eventually, all the land is taken there, so you're moving out. So I always describe it as the people that first lived in the garrison house were like frontier.
So the garrison house was built in, what you said,
1690 to 1691.
Wow, that is impressive. What got you involved with the garrison house? What was your motivation?
Well, I'm not originally from Massachusetts. I'm from Kentucky.
Really?
And I went there for one of their programs, and I went the second time, and it felt like home. Have you ever run into something that you just felt comfortable with immediately?
I have.
And that was it.
And then you got roped in.
I did. I did.
When did you become president of the association?
Oh, geez. It's been a while. I think around 2000, 2001.
Okay. And are you recruiting new volunteers to come on board?
We certainly do.
What are some of the skills that you'd be looking for, and what could people provide?
We have all kinds of needs. You can help with our computer. We're working on setting up a computer system. If you like working on grounds, we have a caretaker who does the big mowing, but there are always beds and things that need to be trimmed. We have an apple orchard out there.
Oh, wow.
We are looking for demonstrators to help with the school program, actually making the butter and the soap and guiding the kids through that, for tour guides, for hostesses for events. You don't even really, just know a little basic information, but direct people on where to go for a big event.
Right. Now, do you guys still do candle making over there?
Oh, yes.
I always like that. You just sit there and dip the thing over and over and over again. I know that recently my daughter actually got to do one of the school tours, and she was all excited about it. So our youngest to go to daycare on Garrison Road. So we drive by the Garrison House all the time. And my daughter always points it out, and she's all excited about it because she learned the history of it. For whatever reason, she seems to be a history buff, so she likes to maybe recruit her at some point.
Maybe she'll be a recruit soon.
It's always hard to get, new blood in.
Actually, we do try to encourage high school students to come out and help us at events. I know they can't help through the week, but a lot of our events are weekends, and we would love to have high school students helping.
Yeah, that would be, I can't think of a better way to volunteer, because to me, the Garrison House is not just about the property, right? It's really about the way and the culture and the way of life, and I think that that's unique. Was it actually used as, I know you said it was kind of a place of protection, but did they use it at all as a farming operation?
It was always a farm. It was always a farm, much bigger than our 8 acres today. It went all the way across 110. The last people who lived there were the McCormicks. Sarah McCormick was a widow for a number of years, but she raised chickens and sold eggs for a living. She had apple orchards, and so it was a working farm.
Wow, it seems unassuming because when you drive by it, it's just it seems it's very close up to or at least one of the structures is very close to the road there. How many? You said it's 8 acres now?
We have 8 1/3 acres.
Oh, wow. It doesn't even seem like it's possible, but I guess it must go way back.
It does go back almost to the condominiums over there.
So who picks all the apples?
We pick them. We use them to press for cider on craft day. We invite the public to pick them sometimes too if we have a heavy crop. So
Is that typically in the fall? You guys will have an event
yeah.
and just let everybody go in and.
Yeah, our Colonial Craft Day is in October this year,
Oh, okay.
October 6th. And we sometimes the person pressing the cider will run out of apples and send some of the kids out to the orchard to pick apples and bring them back so we can keep on pressing.
It's interesting. They kind of do a similar event with the Barrett Byam house
Yes.
there, and they have that farm day.
Right.
And my Uncle Bernie loves to make his cider, which I think he turns into hard cider at some
Oh, yeah.
point.
And they would have had plenty of that in colonial times.
I'm sure they would. Matter of fact, they probably should open up like a little brewery or something over there. It'd be a good operation for that. But yeah, the farm fair, excellent event. It looks like you have a calendar of events. Do you want to share any of the events that are coming
Well,
up?
as I said, June 14th, we are doing a Flag Day ceremony. I think it's important to honor our flag, and we have the nice flagpole, so we try to do that. July 11th and 12th, we have the Summer History Program. That's for children 9 to 13. Sunday afternoon tours are July 21st, August 18th, September 15th. And as I said, October 6th, we have Colonial Craft Day. Also, October 20th, we do a handcraft exhibit. And it's people who actually make products with their hands, like old-time things like jewelry, soaps, wood carving, all different kinds of things. And they both exhibit and sell that day.
What about like hand-woven stuff? Do you guys ever get into that at all?
We do have some weavers associated with the Garrison House. We have a beautiful old loom that sat upstairs in one of the lofts for 30 years that we have reassembled. And we have to figure out a rodent problem or cure.
Okay.
But we can do incredible weaving on that loom. It's just fantastic.
Wow. Do you guys ever interface with Becky Warren at all?
I know Becky. She has been out, and we have done things in the past together.
I know she does a lot of like national park tours
Yes.
and things like that, and she does a fantastic job. Definitely should recruit her, as part of the tour process.
Always felt she was pretty busy already. But
Yeah, I'll tell you, it's a fantastic, opportunity for the community. So if there's a chance for them to go and check out any one of those events, I think would be great.
we would love to have you. We take a lot of pride in what we've done out there.
Yeah.
It was slated to be torn down, and a developer was going to build houses on it in 1958. And a group of women or citizens convinced them to donate the house and a yard. And then another group of women took out a mortgage to have enough to purchase the 8 acres. And they paid it off early.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Save-
And because of that, we have wonderful history in town.
It wasn't Campanelli, was it?
No, it was not.
Could add a whole nother neighborhood of slab ranches. Well, we appreciate you coming on the show. It's always good to have history brought out to the community, and hopefully people get a chance to check it out.
Thank you.
So, and it says here that it was listed in the National Register of Historic Places, 1973?
Yeah. We were one of the first in Chelmsford.
Pretty cool. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.